Hello, my dear students! Здравствуйте, мои дорогие студенты! Меня зовут Вероника. My name is Veronika, and I am a professional Russian teacher, and yes, of course, I am a Russian native speaker. And today, at this Russian lesson, we will talk about a very interesting and very important Russian verb, работать. Работать, it means to work in Russian. And yeah, at this Russian lesson, I will give you a list of different cognates from the word работать. And also I will explain you a very interesting and a very surprising etymology, I mean the origin of this Russian verb работать. And I will talk a lot about Russian prefixes and Russian verb. But before we start our Russian lesson, I would like to say a huge big thank you to Philip, because you sent me a very big donation. It makes me really happy and it inspires me. You gave me lots of very interesting and useful teaching material for me. I mean, ideas for my future lessons. Thank you, спасибо. And of course, I have to say big thank you to all my patrons, Robert, Kenneth, and Bayers. Thank you a lot for your constant support. And let's start our Russian lesson. First of all, I would like to talk about the origin. It's super interesting and surprising. So look, rabota, rabota, it is a Russian noun, and it means job or work, depending on the context, right? And this Russian word rabota derives from the Russian word rab. Rab means slave. Can you imagine that job in Russian language is related to slavery? It's very interesting concept, I think. Yeah, so rab, it is a slave, and rabota derives from this word. Super interesting, yeah? And let me know what is the situation in your mother tongue. If you have something similar, I mean the connection between words, or you have totally different. Because for me, I'm not a native English speaker and I have no idea work or job to what word it relates. Yeah. So let's continue our Russian lesson and let me know in the comments below if you are surprised of the origin of this Russian word or not. Because for me, I knew this interesting fact in school and I was super surprised when our teacher, Russian teacher, said that rabota derives from rab, from slave, yeah? And now let's talk about cognates. Работать. Работать, it means to work. And here is the example. We will have lots of examples today. Он работает в офисе. Он работает в офисе. He works in an office, yeah? So now you know how to use this verb. Normally, after this verb, we have to use prepositional case. It's the sixth one. The sixth case, the last one. And let's continue. Yeah, here we have a little prefix in front of this word. Yeah, in the beginning of this word. So you just add to работать a little prefix za, and it totally changed the word. So it has two meanings. First one is to earn money, заработать, and the second meaning in Russian is to start working. I mean that this prefix za has lots of different meanings in Russian language, but very often it means start of some action, yeah? And let's talk about examples. Number one, номер один. Иван много зарабатывает. Иван много зарабатывает. Ivan earns a lot, yeah? And number two, there is another phrase in Russian. Машина наконец заработала. Машина наконец заработала. The car finally started working. Yeah, so you see, we used one verb in Russian language here, but the meaning of this verb is very different and it depends on the context, yeah? Okay, and let's continue. here is another verb. I mean, it is absolutely the same root in Russian, but we just add another prefix, yeah, and it changes the meaning of the Russian verb totally, absolutely, yeah. So now we have a couple of verbs, подрабатывать and подработать. It means to earn extra money. Normally we use this verb when we talk about part-time job. So you see that we have one English translation to earn extra money, but we have two Russian verbs. What's the difference between two of them? First one is imperfective, подрабатывать. We use this Russian verb when we talk about an action that takes place on a regular basis. For example, you do this every day or every week, every evening, quite often or rarely, but regularly, yeah? And подработать, the second Russian verb that is more short, it is perfective verb aspect, and we use this when we talk about completed, finished action, or if we talk about result, yeah, something that happened only once, yeah. So, yeah, this verb подрабатывать and подработать means to earn extra money. And here is the example in Russian. John учится и подрабатывает кассиром. John учится и подрабатывает кассиром. So it means that John studies at university or at school, and he has a part-time job. He works as a cashier, yeah, in a supermarket, for example. Подрабатывает. Okay, so you see there is the difference. Работать, it means to work a full-time, and подрабатывать part-time job. Yeah, but in English you use another verb, another word totally. You add part-time job, but in Russian we add just one little prefix. That's it. Okay. By the way, prefix in Russian we say приставка. Приставка. But also you can say prefix in Russian. We have this word prefix or prefix. Okay, there is another verb that is very similar. Разрабатывать, разработать means to develop. Разрабатывать, разработать. So you see that here the only thing that changed is a prefix again. It was recently, before, we talked about the prefix za and prefix pod. Now let's talk about Russian prefix раз. Разрабатывать is imperfective verb, разработать is perfective verb aspect. And there is the example. Мы разработали новую модель. Мы разработали новую модель. The translation from Russian into English is we have developed a new model. Yeah. So разработали, you use this for innovation when you invented something new and important. So normally we use this for example, when you work in Facebook and you made a new application, you can say мы разработали новое приложение. We invented or made or created a new application, right? And even we have this new and very modern and very important profession in Russian, разработчик. Разработчик. This is normally a programmer, an IT specialist who make new programs, new videos, new software, yeah. Разработчик, it's a very popular profession now, and you have a lot of money. Вы зарабатываете много денег. Yeah, here we use the verb that we discussed recently. Зарабатывать, to earn, at least in Russia. Разработчики зарабатывают много денег. These developers earn a lot of money. Yeah, and okay, let's talk about a new word here in this list that I prepared for you. Рабочий. Рабочий, super interesting word, and it can be used in two different functions. Function number one is adjective in Russian language. For example, you can use this in this context. Рабочая одежда. Рабочая одежда. We translate it from Russian into English as work clothes. Рабочая, here it is a feminine form, yeah, because одежда is feminine in Russian. Okay, and by the way, одежда in Russian is always singular. We have plural form, but normally it relates to emperor or priest, yeah, so normally if you talk about a normal ordinary person, you have to use clothes in Russian in singular form, одежда, not одежды, even if you have lots of, yeah. So рабочая одежда, here work clothes, it means we use this as an adjective in a Russian sentence. And number two, you can use this word рабочий as a noun, actually as a substantive in Russian language. For example, it means worker. And not every worker or workman or laborer, only you use this if you talk about a person who works on a factory, on a plant, yeah? For example, he works as a person who constructs a building, who builds a building, or who works as a person who makes some different details, some equipment on the factory. So you use the word рабочий. But if a person works in an office, you cannot call him рабочий. You'd better use a very similar word that in Russian we call paronym. It is работник. Работник, okay? I hope you understand, but if you have any questions, something is not very clear in my explanation, you can ask me everything, anything in the comments below. I'm happy to read all your comments and help you to understand some difficulties, yeah? And of course, if you think that my Russian lessons are interesting, useful for you, and you can support me, you can send me a donation. It makes me happy, and it helps me to develop my channel, to improve my content, yeah, because I have not very modern equipment, to be honest, but thanks to Philip, Robert, and Kenneth, and Bayers, of course, I will buy a new microphone, a new camera. Thank you a lot, and let's continue our Russian lesson. Yeah, so now let's talk about salary. Salary, we have the Russian word зарплата. Зарплата, it means salary, but it's a combination of two words together. So the full form is заработная плата. Заработная плата. It means you work, ты работаешь, and after you work, после того, как ты отработал 1 месяц, 1 month, you take money. The company pays you, yeah? Actually, it means payment for your job, payment for your work. Заработная плата. But nobody uses this long form. Everybody says зарплата, yeah? But now you know that this word зарплата relates to job again. And here is the Russian sentence. У Сергея огромная зарплата. У Сергея огромная зарплата. Sergey has a huge salary. Yeah, so when in Russian we talk about money, we use this gesture. Деньги, зарплата, yeah. Okay. For me, even when I was a child and I understood that зарплата derives from the Russian word rabota, I was super surprised because there is only one R and there is nothing more. So it's very interesting. Yeah, now let's talk about working days. In Russian, if you want to say working day, you say рабочий день. Рабочий день, it means literally день, в который работают. It's a day when people work. День, в который работают. And here is the Russian phrase завтра у меня рабочий день. Завтра у меня рабочий день. I have a working day tomorrow. Yeah, рабочий день. So normally it is weekdays, from Monday till Friday, but of course it depends how you work, depends on your schedule. Yeah. So рабочий день, it can be personable, I mean just for you, for your schedule, but normally рабочий день, we use this for days except Saturday and Sunday, except weekends, right? Okay. Yeah. Now let's talk about another adjective or participle. Работящий человек. Работящий человек. It means hardworking person. Yeah. Человек, который любит много работать. Человек, который любит много работать. So in English, you have a funny word, workaholic. It's a mixture of alcoholic and worker, yeah, workaholic. Okay, and in Russian we have the word трудоголик. Трудоголик. Golik, it derives from English holic, alcoholic, workaholic, yeah, but we pronounce this part as golik, yeah, and trud, it means labor, yeah, it means a person who loves to work a lot. Любит много работать. And here is the example. Ее муж такой работящий. Ее муж такой работящий. Her husband is so hardworking. Yeah. But работящий, it's very clear that this word derives from rabota. Because, yeah, it's obvious. Yeah. Работящий. Okay. And here I wanted to talk a little about Russian phonetics because we write работящий, but we pronounce this O in the middle as A, работящий, because this O is in unstressed weak position and it should be pronounced as A, работящий. And here is one more, even more interesting word, человек. We write it человек, but we pronounce it as человек. Ye is in unstressed weak position and we pronounce it as E. And this O again is without stress in unstressed weak position and we pronounce it as A. So we write человек, but we say человек. Okay? So yeah, if you want to make a compliment to your colleague, or if you are a boss and you want to encourage your employees, you can say «Вы работящие сотрудники». Вы работящие сотрудники. Like you work a lot and I'm very happy. Спасибо, kinda. Okay, and there is one more page I would like to discuss. The last one, безработица. Безработица. It derives from the Russian two words, без работы. Без means without, работы means job. So literally it means without job. And I put this word in the end of this list because it is absolutely not positive. And I prefer to start from positive things and to put negative things in the end. What do you prefer? First positive, then negative, or first negative and then positive? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Yeah, so it's very negative word and it's unfortunately now very popular in the world, you know. Безработица, it means unemployment. Yeah, when people lost their jobs for some reasons. Of course, you know the reason. Yeah. So безработица. And here is the Russian sentence that I prepared for you that is actually true. Сейчас в мире высокий уровень безработицы. Сейчас в мире высокий уровень безработицы. Now there is a high level of unemployment in the world. Yeah. And here, безработица, here is one more interesting phonetic things. This year, in the first syllable, is in unstressed weak position, of course, and we have to pronounce it as E. Not безработица, but безработица, yeah? So, yeah, I hope that this Russian lesson was very interesting and useful for you. If you like this format, if you like to talk about Russian prefixes and how the Russian word is built, is constructed, to cut the Russian word in different parts, if you like this lesson, let me know in the comments below, because we have lots of different words. And let me know if you are surprised by the etymology, the origin of this Russian word, this connection between job and slavery in Russian. Yeah, I think it's super interesting. Not very positive again, but it's our history, you know. Yeah, спасибо за просмотр. Thank you for watching. Увидимся скоро. See you soon. Пока-пока. Bye-bye.